Headline news most affecting Chilliwack this week. ZZ Top once said, "Been waiting for the bus all day." We are still waiting. Chilliwack School Trustee Heather Maahs is censured and released a statement about this. The announcement of the new Sts'ailes Community Care Campus. And tempers flared at last Saturday's Chiefs game. There have been suspensions from the league. We'll have more in sports. Our special guests this week include Keira McKenzie and her journey with BC Children's Hospital, Bonnie Kilroe and Celebrity Imposters, as well Sue Knott and another edition of Charity Spotlight, and Scott McVetty and something we haven't seen on stage in a couple of years, Chilliwack Improv. All right, Chilliwack, let's get started. Our first story. The Fraser Valley Bus Drivers Union staying true to their word. They shut down the bus system on Monday. Essential handy dart service for cancer and dialysis patients remains. Wages as well as their pension plan is the hot topic. What eases the pain somewhat is that students are on spring break, but right now that is no consolation for anybody who needs the bus to get to work. The call for more Uber service is also a hot topic on social media. Chilliwack School Board Trustee Heather Maahs has been censured for violation of the Trustee Code of Conduct, specifically as it relates to supporting the integrity of the school board. She's been very public about her stance when it comes to SOGI 123, her support of alt-right-wing media on online programs, including YouTube's Action for Canada, and comments on how she feels there are inappropriate and pornographic materials in school libraries. Maahs was also very vocal in opposition of a recent LGBTQ dance at Chilliwack Secondary. In a media release from the Chilliwack School Board, it does not indicate whether or not she is banned from any future board meetings. Rather, this is a disciplinary warning. This is not a unique action. Trustee Barry Neufeld was censured back in May of 2020. So chillTV did reach out to Ms. Maahs, invited her to comment. She sent us her statement. And I quote, "At the public board meeting February the 7th, policies were debated and discussed, with the public expressing their opinions on books and schools that contained sexually explicit content. The chair was unwilling to hear opinions contrary to her own and cut off the microphone on the public and myself on several occasions during the meeting. These actions sparked outrage from the public, and subsequently the board received some 400 emails objecting to the chair's conduct and the board's approval of allowing such explicit material in the school. As a result, without a fair process, the board decided I was responsible for public reaction and have censored me. Now, I have always been a strong advocate of reading. I will continue to support and advocate reading and the development for strong skills for all students. I believe this is an important role for parents and parental rights advocating for their kids." Unquote. People living in Harrison Mills and north of the Fraser between Agassiz and Mission will have access to First Nations primary care with the development of the Sts'ailes Community Care Campus on the Lougheed Highway. Now, Sts'ailes will own and operate the campus. It will open up in a phased approach. So first phase starts this year. Sts'ailes intends to begin construction on a permanent facility while providing some services from the temporary location in Agassiz in the Sts'ailes Administration Building. That's on Salish Way. The actual groundbreaking ceremony was this past Monday, as you see in this photo. More than 40,000 K-12 support staff now covered by 69 local agreements ratified under the Provincial Shared Recovery Mandate. This runs until June of 2025. Union school support staff work in a number of positions across the province, including education assistants, Indigenous support workers, custodian, trades and maintenance workers, clerical, accounting, and information technology. CUPE is the largest union representing support staff. After the BC Public School Employees Association and the President's Council and support staff unions reached a tentative agreement back in September, the parties have now commenced local bargaining and have come to this new agreement. BC Children's Hospital Foundation's Choices lottery tickets are on sale until the 13th or until they run out. And Chilliwack's 14-year-old Keira McKenzie and her family have firsthand knowledge of how the funds raised by the lottery impact the lives of BC kids. You see, when she was 9, she suffered major burns in a freak accident. chillTV will talk with Keira and her mom, Teressa, about the accident, about Children's Hospital, and about the lottery program, which they promote. Cleaning up the garbage now that spring is officially here. The Yarrow Pickers Party will meet at the Yarrow Farm Store parking lot this coming Saturday at 9:30. The goal is to clean up the garbage along Vetter Mountain Road from the railway tracks to the roundabout. And now it is busy at times, but it's going to be safe fun, sharing camaraderie for a couple of hours with like-minded people. Now the pickers and the bags, the glovers, the high visibility vests, and a trailer to haul out the garbage, all of that will be supplied. If you've never experienced Bonnie Kilroe's Celebrity Imposters, you're in for a treat. Those who have seen the show, you know what's coming to town. The show is being billed as Divas in the Whack, a one-woman show Saturday, April the 1st at Corky's. Expect the mashups of old and new with 30 to 60-second costume changes. Bonnie will be joining us in just a couple of minutes' time, and we can't promise what will happen in that interview. And coming up, not only Bonnie, but we'll be talking with Keira McKenzie, her journey with BC Children's Hospital, as well Sue Knott and another edition of Celebrity Spotlight, Scott McVetty, and we're finding out something that we haven't seen in a couple of years, and that's Chilliwack Improv. And then we will have sports and an update on that rather rough Chilliwack Chiefs game last Saturday. News of the Week continues with an interview that I've been waiting to do this for quite some time, and if it goes off the rails, so be it. Because it is the lovely and talented, and she paid me to say this, Bonnie Kilroe, Divas in the Whack, 2034. Divas in the Whack, one-woman show, April the 1st, coming up at Corky's. Now, what exactly are you going to do, and is it PG-18?
It can be PG-18. I'm going to be doing all your favorite celebrities, everyone from Edith Bunker. Okay, the young ones have no idea who that is. You know who she is.
Thanks for making me feel old.
Oh, Todd, you know who she is. Anyways, and then we'll do Lady Gaga, we'll do Shakira, we'll do Prince, we'll do, maybe I could just throw
Well, yeah, what do you...
Okay, well, let's see. Excuse me, this is what it looks like under the wigs.
One of the one of the secrets of show business.
I'm gonna start second act with Sharon Osbourne.
Oh, bloody hell.
Hello and welcome to the show. I'm Sharon Osbourne. Listen, Don, we've got to talk about a deepening divide in this country. Ladies need to know, should we wax or should we shave?
Oh.
Don, apparently he does both.
And how is Ozzy?
Oh, Ozzy, what do you think? He's passed out at the bloody, what you call it, tavern in Yale Street or whatever it is.
Right. Will we have another album from him?
Oh, no, I don't think so.
No.
I think I'm probably going to be kicking him out again very soon.
Okay, now, this is an idea of what you're going to get. So who else do you have in mind here?
Well, actually, this is kind of cool. So last year, I was a stand-in for Reba on her show, The Hammer.
You're kidding? Oh, that's cool.
And so that was amazing because she was she was exactly as you would ever expect her to be.
I have heard she is a princess, and not a bad princess, a great princess to work with.
I love her so much. Like, my first day, I was so starstruck, and I had to wear a mask because we still do on set, right?
Right.
So it was just my eyes, and like I was a little late on my first day because the set was way out there.
Yeah.
And she just walked up to me, and she was like, she's so cute. She's like,
oh, priceless.
No, she's like, how you doing? What's your name? Nice to meet you. All right, let's do this. Come on. And it's just
we
like,
don't have an acoustic guitar. We should have an acoustic guitar.
It was really cool. So the whole 2 weeks I was on the set, and she was sweet as can be. Like, she'd show up, with no makeup on, her hair up. She wears beautiful wigs too, but her hair would be up, and she wouldn't put on the glasses or try to hide from anyone. She was just like, all right, so what are we doing for breakfast this morning? Oh, wow, what a beautiful day. Well, that color looks really good on you. And she's just so down to earth, you know what I mean? I just loved her.
Is this the series where she's the judge, or is this the...
Yes,
this
she's
is
the
judge.
One.
Okay.
It's very I don't know. Some of you might have seen it. I actually haven't even seen it yet.
I've seen clips, and it's one of them where somebody decides she didn't like what the judge had to say, and she holds out the gavel and just whumps him one.
Oh, yeah, I was there for that scene. That was hilarious. Yeah, he jumped the fence and ran at her. But I remember this one line that she said in the show. It was so funny. She's walking down the stairs. She's like, well, I'm about as nervous as a cat in a room full of rocking chairs.
Oh,
Classic Reba.
Corny country, but love it.
Anyway, so I'm going to be doing about 20 different impersonations, and lots of audience participation. I will be really singing. So I always tell people I'm not a drag queen, but thank you for the compliment.
Yeah.
I end the show with Cher because everyone just loves Cher.
Well, yeah, and you are known well everywhere for doing Cher.
Well, that costume is amazing.
Yeah.
It's amazing. So, I mean, I was in Chilliwack. Some of you might have seen it. I dressed up like Cher. My sister was not feeling well. She was going to help me shoot the footage.
Okay.
So I had to ask random strangers to just grab my phone. I'm like, excuse me, could you just hold that? And they'll just walk, and then anyway.
Did you do one at a truck stop?
Yeah, I did it at a gas station. Her name is Karen, apparently, and she's the sweetest. And
Yeah.
she actually videoed me coming in, and she videoed me going out, and I've seen her before, and she's just always got a smile.
Oh, okay,
She's
so
really sweet.
what does Cher?
Oh, let's
You've
put
got-
a share. Okay, we'll do a little
this should
bit of
be
share.
interesting.
All right, hold on a second.
Oh,
here.
if we could turn back time, yes, we will. I won't sing. Oh my!
Whew. Okay, so what I do share. Look, the secret to doing share is just look like you're totally bored. You don't give a crap about anything, or you're about to take a nap, and don't forget to roll your tongue like this.
Okay, this is where the ham in me comes
Yeah.
in.
Okay, let's do this.
I got you, babe.
I got you, babe.
I got you, babe.
No, sorry. Do
Oh,
it again.
I got
Done.
you, babe.
Put it right up close to your face. Snap out of it.
This is why I don't do comedy anymore. Okay. Bonnie Kilroe, Divas in the Wax, whack, wax.
Wax on, whack off. Oh my God, that was an accident. I meant to say wax off.
Yes, that's
I swear.
April the 1st, and I told you this
you can
interview
eat
was
that?
going to go off the rails.
Bleep that one.
Yeah, and the tickets are available through Corky's?
Yes, no. Actually, tickets, you can get them online, brown paper tickets, and you can also go to the Bookman here in Chilliwack, Amber Pierce. She's amazing, a wonderful community leader. And please be there. I'm going to drag somebody on stage. So, ladies, bring your husbands, okay? Get your tickets. They're only $25. And we're going to play some fabulous videos on that beautiful screen in Corky's. We're going to have videos of, like, Bonnie getting ready in her next costume before she enters the stage. I don't know how I'm going to do my costume changes. I haven't really thought that part out yet.
Minor point,
Yeah.
Yeah.
The stage is only like, it's this wide, but it's this shallow, and I'm like, I might have to bring like a hammer and some nails for my wigs. Sorry to go out of character.
Bonnie Kilroe. Thank you, darling. I've been meaning to get you on set for a long time.
Thank you,
and you're watching News of the Week. News of the Week continues with a really cool story and some phenomenal people that we have been looking forward to meeting. Keira and Teressa McKenzie, and we're going to get involved in talking about BC Children's Hospital, the Choices Lottery. First off, how you got into BC Kids Hospital was, I guess you could say it was a freak accident? What happened?
My sister and I were sick, and we have the best doctor.
Yeah.
So we always bring him coffee and his receptionist tea before we go in. So we stopped at a local drive-thru, and there was 5 drinks in a 4-drink holder, and the first one flipped, and I dropped them all onto my lap.
Ouch.
So then we went to a local hospital, and I was sent home, and eventually I got like too bad, so I had to go to Children's.
Mm-hmm. That was the burns. You were driving? Is this?
Yeah.
Oh, Mom must have been freaking out.
Yeah.
Now this was how many years ago now? I guess 5 years ago.
Yeah.
So that was what? You were 9 then, and now you're 14. 15.
Yeah.
Okay, got to get the age right here. I have heard so many incredible things about the crew at Children's Hospital, and you guys have more accolades. I mean, the nurses and the staff. Anything in particular? I know you had to go through what was scary, the burn unit. I guess any particular doctors you want to do a shout out to, or anybody off the top of your head?
Everyone we met was amazing. There's no one, like, I'm not just going to single one person out because everyone was so nice.
Yeah. How many? I guess you had to go once a week, or how many days did you have to stay there initially, and then I guess you go once a week and now once a month, or?
Well, we had to stay there for 2 weeks without leaving, and then for the first few months I had to go 3 times a week, and then it slowly just grew. I had to go less and less, and now I have to go every 6 months.
So it's manageable now.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. One of the things that I know you guys wanted to talk about was the Choices Lottery Funds, which is part of BC Children's Hospital. And did some of that lottery money go to help your case in treatment and that? Or do you know if that money was there or?
All the money goes back to the hospital
Right.
for like research and stuff. So yeah, it would have.
Yeah. Do you know how long, is it going to be another year or two of these trips to Children's Hospital, or fortunately no more major surgery or anything like that? Hopefully that's, if there was major surgery.
Actually, I might get one more surgery, laser surgery, just to get rid of the scarring.
Right.
So I might have to go back more frequently just for that. But other than that, I won't have to.
And I guess, again, a big shout out from both of you for Children's Hospital and the lottery. And you might as well tell people to go get their tickets. You have the floor.
It's almost sold out.
Yeah.
Yep.
Yeah.
Yep.
And details, I guess, will be on the Children's Hospital website. And do you have it up on your own personal social media as well, or are you trying to keep it separate? Or
Nope, it's up on our social media, and we've got our tickets too.
okay,
Yeah.
good, good. BC Children's Hospital. Go to their website. Go to their Facebook page. The two of you, big thank you for coming and sharing your story, because I know you were a little nervous. It's okay.
Thank you for having us.
Oh, you're welcome. Keira, Teressa, you're watching News of the Week.
Welcome to chillTV. I am Sue Knott, and I am the host of Charity Spotlight. And today I have a really great guest, someone who has been really involved in our community for many, many years. I'd like to introduce Kathleen Mosa, who is with Wilma's Transition Society. Welcome.
Thank you. Thanks for inviting me, Sue.
So let's get started.
Okay.
First of all, I wanted to ask you, as a women's organization, I know you must be doing something for International Women's Day. So that's coming up really soon. So what's going on?
Absolutely. On March 8th, we're going to have an event at Evergreen Hall. It's free, open to the community, and we have a whole bunch of different businesses from Chilliwack, Refinery House, The Grove, Unique Thrifting. They're all coming and setting up, and we're treating the women of Chilliwack to some special pampering.
Oh, nice.
Yeah, it's a catered event, and we have other services there showcasing, and we also have child minding, the most important part.
Oh, yes. For women, that is so important if they want to get out and be able to participate in things like this. So often that's a barrier. So that's a really great idea.
Yeah.
So if you get enough time, can you go around twice?
Oh, absolutely.
Okay. So next up, I understand you have your half year's eve. I've never heard of that before. I've heard of it. I know a lot of friends when I was in my 20s used to have that party just so they could do New Year's twice. But tell me what a half year's eve is.
Okay, well, we don't host the event. We're just direct recipients of the funds, and then it goes to our Women's Bursary Award for education. So what it is friends of ours, they're actually part of a band called Lost and Loaded, and they're from Baker Newby.
Oh, great.
Yeah. And so they came up with this idea to have a half year's eve event. We started downtown when it used to be Triple Play. Last couple of years we've been at Major Leagues. It is a really fun event. There's 3 different bands. Riverside Equipment also sponsors it, and last year we raised over $10,000 for bursaries for single mothers or the sole provider as a mother with children to go back to school.
Well, that's very cool. So tell me, how do you make the money? Do you sell tickets?
We sell tickets to the event. They're $25 at the door. Major Leagues generously donates a keg and advertising and all sorts of different little goodies for us, and close down the restaurant for us. Even their regulars that are hopping in and out, they get them to slap on a purple wristband and stay and enjoy the evening. Yeah, absolutely.
Spend the evening. Well, that sounds great. And you've got a bunch of lawyers out there. They need to blow off some steam.
That's right.
I know some pretty stressed out lawyers.
Yeah,
so,
we sold out last year, so it was
that's
really
good.
Great.
Yeah. Okay, and I know that you have also a golf tournament, but before we get to that, I want to talk a little bit about the golf tournament, but I want to talk to you about what Wilma's Transition Society does, because I know what you do.
Yes.
But I know there's a lot of people out there that maybe don't know exactly what you do. So where does all this fundraising and money go to?
So we have a transition house, 18-bed transition house. It's operated 24 hours a day, staffed 24 hours a day, and it's a 30-day stay for women and children who are fleeing violence. They have share common areas, but have their own bedrooms. And then we also have a second stage building that's 5 units, independent living, but mandatory programming. So we have lots of groups going on, child minding. We have children's groups, advocacy. We help them through court processes and just reestablishing themselves as a family.
Wow. So it's a place really for them to get landed, to be safe.
Yeah, that's right.
To, get all their ducks in a row and figure out what they're going to do with the next part of their life while they kind of transition out of the situation.
Yeah, that's right.
That's really important
Get
work.
reestablished.
Yeah. Okay, so the golf tournament, that must bring in some more money.
It certainly does.
So
and
when
awareness.
is that? And awareness, yes. So when is that, and how much are the tickets?
It's at Cultus Golf Club. The tickets are $150 per person and includes a very nice swag bag of a golf shirt and a hat and tees. Everyone wins a prize, which are all donated from the community, and a lovely dinner from the golf course.
Oh, great. And what's the date?
August 19th.
August 19th.
Yeah.
So you've got lots going on.
Yeah.
But you've also got a lot of women to help in the community. So I just want to thank you so much, Kathleen, for being with us today. Women's Transition Society is an amazing organization that does so much for women and families in our community. And I'm Sue Knott. Thank you for joining us for Charity Spotlight.
News of the Week continues with Scott McVetty, Dan Smiley, Chilliwack Improv. And if that sounds familiar, you guys were rolling along and then a certain little pandemic happened and kaput. It was kind of shelved. How hard was it to reboot Improv and get this thing back up and running?
Well, we just opened up a Facebook page calling out people for drop-ins.
Yeah.
And we actually have a waiting list right now. So we're cycling through a whole bunch of new people, and that's what we're going to be doing for the next little while. Anyway.
Now, okay, if I want to get involved or I just want to watch, what do I do? Where do I go? And how funny do I have to be?
Well, you can go onto Facebook. Our group is called Chilliwack Drop-In or Chilliwack Improv Drop-Ins.
Right.
And how funny do you have to be? You don't have to be funny at all. You just have to be a good listener. I think that's the most important thing in improv.
Yeah, if anybody's ever done improv, it's not as it can be a little bit tricky. You guys have been doing this though for how many years and trying to keep a straight face because I guess you know each other's idiosyncrasies.
Yeah, I mean I've been doing it now for over 10 years. I started out in Toronto, a theater company called Bad Dog, and then I lived in the UK and I toured in the UK doing it. And in 2019 is when we met. And that's when we kicked it off.
How hard was it to think, can we bring this back? Because it, like so many other things, Chilliwack Improv literally stopped, bam, in its tracks. That had to be soul crushing, to say the least.
Well, we're really rusty right now. I can say that, but right now, Tim from Co-work Chilliwack has given us a space to rehearse, and that is the hardest thing for improv troops is having a place to rehearse. So we're doing that. We're going to have a benefit show in October. We're just working with who we're going to do it for the benefit of, but that's kind of what we're gearing up for once we get these people through the drop-ins.
And I guess a shout out to Co-work Chilliwack. Are you going to have an audience right off the bat, or are you just still trying to get your feet wet, or what do you want to do here?
We're going to work up to that, I think. For now, some of the people coming in are brand new to it, so we don't want to throw them into the deep end. It takes time for them to get comfortable, even just with each other performing. So eventually what we hope to do, I think, is to have maybe a splinter cell group move off, the ones that are performance ready, and then they will be the ones to do the benefit and maybe go on to tour elsewhere. That'd be good.
Very cool.
Yeah.
Are you hoping to move from Co-work to, say, the Cultural Center or the smaller theater and that, or are we still just taking baby steps to get the program back up and running?
The last, before the pandemic, the benefit show we did was in the Rotary Hall at the Cultural Center, and that was a good fit for us.
Yeah.
Sometimes it gets too big, too, so we don't want to get ahead of ourselves.
For anybody who's interested, are you looking not only for performers, are you looking for crew as well, or are you stacked on that end, or?
Just performers at this point. Yeah. And anyone is welcome. Yeah. Any skill level, no skill, it's all good.
Oh, that means no skill. I'm in.
Yeah, you're in.
Now, do I have to do an audition tape? In this day and age, you can easily do an audition video with one of these. Do you need it, or is it a live audition, or what do you do?
No, you just need just bring yourself. Just show up. It's free, which is another appealing thing about it. But yeah, you don't need to do anything. You can just show up. You don't need to prep. That's the nice thing about improv. Yeah. We can be really lazy because we can just make it up on the spot. Yeah.
You're giving away trade secrets.
Yeah, that's right. Yeah.
So social media, you got the Facebook page. You have a website as well, or right now, or are you just keeping it simple?
Just the Facebook page. That's all we're doing right now.
Okay. And that's how you sign up. So at the moment we have a wait list, but we are going to cycle through that. So everyone that's on that list will get to come out. Yeah.
And your first edition of this will be, you've got a date just to...
We started last week, Wednesday.
Okay.
We're meeting Wednesdays, 7 o'clock, Cowork Chilliwack.
How many people did you have show up last week? Just curious.
There were 7 in total, yeah. And then I think this week we might be at about 16. So
it's catching on.
It is catching on.
And everybody knows you guys are back after we all went through the shutdown. Okay, hey, Chilliwack Improv, you're back. This is the good thing. Scott McVetty, Dan Smiley, big thanks. Break a ton of legs. It's nice to have you guys back on stage.
Thanks a lot.
Thank you.
You're welcome. You're watching chillTV's News of the Week. chillTV Sports tempers were very heated at the Chilliwack Coliseum on March the 18th when the Alberni Valley Bulldogs beat the Chiefs 6-2. And it's already been an up-and-down season for the Chiefs as they continue to scrap for a playoff spot. Now, bumping goaltenders is nothing new in hockey. And with playoffs on the line and a young team in the hunt, there are times when emotions get the best of you. While not condoning the actions of retaliating against one team after bumping the opposition goaltender, keep in mind, these are kids. They're not NHL players in their 20s and 30s. And, of course, social media played this up. So, chillTV did reach out to Chiefs head coach Brian Maloney to comment on what happened on the ice that night in the Coliseum. Basically, he said the Chiefs forward, Sasha Teleguin, let his young temper get the best of him after a late-game hit on the Alberni's Hobie Hedquist in the nets. This was after they allegedly ran the Chiefs goaltender. Now, because of this, though, and it was late in the game, Sasha is now looking at a suspension of 5 games from the BCHL. That includes the rest of the regular season. There are 3 games left in the season, but we don't know if this will carry on into the playoffs. The 7th-ranked UBC Thunderbirds upset the number 1 seed TWU Spartans in a dramatic 5-set thriller to win gold at the 2023 U Sports Women's Volleyball Championship at War Memorial Gym. UBC taking home its 13th national title, hosting the tournament for the first time in 40 years. Trinity Western medals in a second consecutive national championship after entering as the top-ranked team in the country for the 3rd straight year. Trinity Western's Dora Comlodi and Kaylee Plouffe were named to the tournament all-star team. Now with the gentlemen, Brody Hofer and Jesse L. recorded 9 kills apiece. The number 3 seed Trinity Western beating Sherbrooke 3-0 to win the men's volleyball national championship. It's another accolade this year for Gabrielle Atea of the University of Fraser Valley Cascades, as she's been named the most valuable player of the year in U Sports women's volleyball. The announcement was made last week at the big reception in Vancouver, the host city, by the way. Also acknowledged as a first-team All-Canadian, Atea becomes the first Cascades volleyball player to ever win a national award. Called Cultus Lakes ski cross champ Reese Hounden the Crystal Globe winner last weekend at Craigleith in Ontario. He was riding high after a win that gave him the Crystal Globe as the overall World Cup season leader. It's Hounden's 3rd World Cup victory and 7th podium appearance for the season. They say that grassroots football is all about family. The Fraser Valley is no different, and The Game is a prospects game in conjunction with the BC Community Football Association. Bo and Nelson Lucambo are products of the W.J. Mowat High School football team out of Abbotsford. They are brothers who have roots in Chilliwack. Bo is now with the CFL's BC Lions. Nelson's with the Saskatchewan Roughriders. You probably see where this brotherly rivalry is going. They are going to be drafting young junior and senior prospects for their games at Chilliwack's Exhibition Stadium, 3 of them Saturday, April the 29th. But the actual draft is coming up this Saturday, March 25th, and you can watch that on VBN Sports and the YouTube channel. Coming up, well, Carrie, we're finally into spring. Is it going to feel like it?
Thanks a lot, Don. Although it is officially spring, we are going back to a little bit of rain over the weekend, but it's going to get lovely for the end of next week. A lot of sun, highs up into the double digits, but at night it's still a little chilly, so you shouldn't be putting out any bedding plants just yet. Needs to be above 10 for that to happen. So everybody should have a great spring starting now. Back to you, Don.
Thanks, Carrie. If you'd like to participate in reporting news in Chilliwack and you have a story you think we should know about, you can always send us a note and your pictures and your video to news@chilltv.ca. We love to hear from you. That's the news this week. I'm Don Lehn.